guys, we're back and we're gonna have a little look at Elliot wave theory. I think a lot of experts will tell you we're in wave 5. Did you know we were in wave 5, Jade?
No.
You know, a lot of experts will tell you we're in wave 5. I'm going to show you now by drawing in all the waves. And I want to be clear that this would be my count. So when you count the waves and you're an expert, you might still be wrong. And you don't really know till the end. But I'm going to count it as 5. I'm going to show you. So you come over here to your tools. And in patterns, you have all these things here. Okay, and here is what's called an Elliot impulse wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I click on that. And now we have to draw our wave. So we start at the bottom from here, okay? Because this is when we went up. So we have 1 to the peak. Are you watching, Jade? You go down there, this, see, understand? So the first one is the impulse. Then we have a correction. Then we have an impulse. Then we have a correction. Now we have an impulse. Okay, now if this went red and came down here, this would be the top. But if it goes higher, the top can be higher. Do you understand? So I'm going to put the top here because why would we go any further today? If the price goes up, we'll move it again. Yeah. And then what you do is you put in the correction. So you go back to your patterns over here and you look for Elliot wave, ABC correction. Here we go. Elliot correction wave, ABC. Now, we know we have to go down. Jade, what price did I give you as our possible down? I remember what it was.
53,700.
53,000. So we think, okay, that could be a good place to go down to. 53.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
700.
All right. So we'll just pop it here at 53. We're not going to be very accurate. Pop it in there. And it correlates what you see wave 3 here on the way up.
Yeah.
That would be a good place. And then what would happen is we would go back up again. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the assumption is that if we're going to go down, there's going to be ups involved as well. So then we go back up again. I'm going to bring it to 58. And I can show you maybe on another graph. I'll show you on this graph why I chose 58. And then we go back down for the last part of the wave. And let's go to around 46. Okay, now everybody will bring you to different numbers.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert. I could pretty much do what I've just done now. Show you 5 waves up and 3 waves down. Now, for me to choose where the ones are that we haven't seen, we're going to use different pieces of information. So for the first one, we just did that in our last video, which is the widest part of this wedge, if we draw it in the 4-hour graph. Now, for B, if you remember, we have 2 trends that was at this price range. I don't know, Jade, if you remember when I was talking to you about 58, 59 being one of the last ticks in the box we needed to get to get bull run going. Yeah. Hold on, let me try and trend from there.
Get up to.
We've broken that. We got another tick. We've ticked all the boxes. We just need. Yeah. In my opinion, we've got 2 ways of getting to the bull run. We go up in one wave, or we go down in one wave and then up in one wave, and we're in the bull run. Now, I think maybe I should draw it on the day. Something like this. Something like this line here. Have it in the other graphs if I'm more accurate. Would bring us to the B wave, okay, in that general area. So I don't have it perfectly, it could be a little bit higher. And I might have even drawn a different line. I think that could be it. And it also correlates, we put in our parallel channel. Let's see that we have in all of our other graphs. So there's a lot of resistance up here, but really it starts in this area. Let me see. We went from 58. Didn't work, hold on, I get it. Let's peak here. Come on, hold on. Parallel channel is gone. 1 second. Straight across. I like the new blue. And we go up. Okay, I say we're going to there. So I'd expect the B wave to be in this channel. Okay, we're not going to be very accurate. There isn't really any point. Again, the price is perfect. And then on the way down, we obviously have two areas where I could see a C wave finishing, which would be our bottom parallel channel. I mean, it's not a parallel channel. I'm just using that to draw it with, which was here in our peak from here and all the way over. And it turned out it was our support on the last bounce. As you know, that's always been like 39 to 43 area. And then we also have the bull market support band, which is the one I picked for this wave here. Now, so obviously if we were to come down quickly, we would be way over here. We can move the pattern a little bit. Let's see. So I do think we're going to be going at high speeds, but we may not. Here, we'll get to see somewhere near the bull market support band or this figure here. If the pattern was to play out, and if this is in fact wave 5. Now, some people will draw them in very different ways. This is how I see it. I'm not an expert in wave theory. And as I said, I'm not saying we're going down now. We can go higher if we were to go down now. But for me, down is very likely, as we've shown you. We're at the bottom of the wedge at the moment, and we've hit off the wedge so many times. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of everything quickly. Well, I'll get rid of waves, and we'll go in and we'll just have a final look at the 4 hour pattern. I want to show you what happens. So, you know, I talk about, what's his name? The guy with the rockets, Crypto Kirby.
Yeah.
So Crypto Kirby said a very good sentence, a very good quote I've taken from him. He said, resistance and support is like a piece of paper. You keep poking at it, eventually you're going to get through, whether you're going up or down. Now, what we've done here, you get another line, is we've been poking at the bottom one and the top one, of course. So here in the bottom one, let's see. This is Tether BTC, so it's not as perfect as the other ones. This was held under the line, but let's say we'll put it here. But we're going to call these bounces on the line, okay? Now the line's not perfect on this. Now what happens and why we seem to have less of a bounce here, it's the psychology of the market that a lot of people don't talk about. So what happens is when you get a bounce, you buy at the first bounce, you're like, yes, we're going up, but your confidence will start to dwindle on each bounce, and maybe not even your confidence, but also you will be more patient.
Yeah.
You wait to see if someone else will do it. And when you're waiting to see if someone else will do it, nobody does it.
Yeah.
And this is what happened when we broke our all-time high. Everybody was waiting to see if someone else would do it. And nobody sold at 65K, and then everyone waited, and someone was like, oh, I'm going to sell now at 67. So we poked at that. And of course, let's not forget the upside. The upside is very similar. We have lots of touches on this as well. So we probably won't call this one a touch. 1, 2, 3, because that was a bit sideways. So there's a similar number of touches, and whatever we touch the most is going to be the one we'll probably go through first. So right now we have lots of support, what people call support. No, I don't think any of this is support yet, because we haven't tested it in a downtrend. We've been going up. So testing it here and here and here, when we came down a little bit, there was too much momentum. We weren't testing it without. When we test something with momentum, it's a lot easier to go up.
Yeah.
When we're testing it with downward momentum, then we really get to test it. So on our way down here, we will find out what is our support. And remember, we need 2 bounces to confirm it's our support. We're going to get a bounce of lots of different numbers on different time frames. Longer time frames, more reliable information. Let's wait for the second bounce if we want to assume if price is going to go up or down any further. That's all I wanted to look at today. So in short, we are still indecisive on lines, and this is something that we might have to get used to for a while, because we're in very tight space. There's a lot of lines. everyone's going to be very indecisive until there's a big move up or down. All right, everybody. Jade has learned a lot today. Jade, what did you learn today? She's checking her notes.
About Elliot wave correction, man.
Elliot wave theory, very nice, which includes impulse goes up and correction that goes down. And what did you learn about patterns?
They go up and down sideways.
They do. We took a measured move for a pattern, okay, which I'm not sure if we've covered in our classes before, but in most of your patterns, you can, whatever triangular shape or ways you draw, you can probably, if you go into the pattern and draw the longest line between the two lines, which in this case was like somewhere from here to here, do you know what I mean? You can then bring that over to the breakout point at the top or the bottom where it breaks the trend. And that is considered the measured move if the pattern plays out. Patterns don't always play out, as I showed you previously, but will probably get reasonably close to the pattern on the first wave when we start moving. All right, everybody, good luck. I hope you learned a little bit today. And we're in the bull run, guys. We're nearly there. Well, relax. If your money goes up, your money goes down, just go. That's great. We just got to wait to get up. And it's very difficult to lose money when everything's going up. All right, goodbye, everybody. And remember, Bitcoin 500K. We're going to 500K, so it's all good. Someday I might cover why I think we're going to 500K, but I don't like to be too bullish. It's not very relevant. We just need to mind our money until then. All right, good luck, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a good weekend.